So I said, no, sorry, I don't want to give you my number, and he just lost his shit.
Oh my god.
So annoying.
Yeah. Why is it that men go from 0 to 100 the second that they hear the word no?
I know, right?
Well, not all guys are like that. What? Help yourself to some cookies.
Oh, thanks.
No
Do you
problem.
have some milk, actually?
Yeah, for sure. There you go.
There's chunks in that.
Yeah, it's not all solid.
Oh my gosh,
Got you guys some Skittles.
Oh, yes!
Nice.
Yeah, wow.
Some of them are poisoned though.
Oh. Oh.
How do we know which ones are poisoned?
Well, not all of them are poisoned.
Whoa, watch out! Oh my god, are you okay?
I really hurt my arm. Oh my god. Did you see that cyclist? He just ran me over.
Whoa.
Not all cyclists run people over.
What?
I'm a cyclist and I would never run you over. I can't believe you'd say something like that.
Why am I friends with you? Hey guys, welcome back to That Other F Word. So we probably all experienced it. You're sharing a story of some bizarre behavior carried out by a person of the opposite sex when someone feels the need to throw in the comment, but not all insert gender here. It's tiresome and annoying and 1000% completely beside the point. So why is it said? And why is the need to say it so much more strong the worse the behavior gets? Here's what I think. It starts the second we're born. Are we a girl or a boy? Which category do we belong to? And from then on, we're subject to everything in our society and in our culture that makes that division as severe as possible, with little to no room for any overlap. But that's a message for another video. The point is, pretty early on, we feel an affinity to the groups that we believe we belong to, and we feel separate from the other groups. This is called in-group bias, and it just means that you show preference or respond more positively towards members of the groups that you belong to than members of the groups that you don't. For example, the political party that you support, or the hockey team of the city you were born in. So it's no surprise that when someone sounds like they're talking trash about the gender you identify with, you feel the heat of 1,000 suns spurring you on to make that person know that A, your group's really not like that, or B, you're definitely not part of that group. Story time. So once upon a time, I went out with a roommate to a club in Toronto. We're dancing the night away on our own when some random stranger decides to come up behind me and grind. So I turn around and I say, no thanks, I don't want to dance. And I turn around again. He ignores me. I look back at him, I say no. He ignores me again. This time when I turn around, I say no so loud that he backs up with his hands in surrender mode. But when I turn around again, he decides it's the right move to stick his hand right up between my legs and do what the President of the United States says it's okay to do. I don't get it though. Why do guys think that they're entitled to just violate girls like that? Such predators. Sorry, let's just pause here for a sec. How many of you feel like you would jump through a plate glass window to say but not all men are like that? Because that's fair. But how about if I just change the story a little bit? Stick his hand right up between my legs and do what the President of the United States says it's okay to do. But then suddenly, this guy who is dancing in the group next to us jumps in, pushes him away from me, tells him to back the fuck off, and if he ever sees that again, he'll kick his ass. And that was super cool. I don't get it though. Why do guys think that they're entitled to just violate girls like that? Such predators. Now what would you say to me? Did the addition of a hero you could relate to, rather than needing to disassociate from a villain, change the way you responded to my general use of the word men? It's normal to look for representation or something we can identify with in stories that others tell. I mean, we keep conversation going by sharing related stories back and forth, right? The problem arises when your assumption that you, yourself, are represented in every story overcomes your ability to just listen and empathize. Take a step back, because the second you say not all guys or not all girls, you're doing three things. 1, you're making it about you, when everyone and their cousin knows that it's not about you. 2, you're invalidating the situation on the grounds that not all people engage in that behavior, which is just completely irrelevant. It doesn't change what the person has gone through or how they feel about it. And 3, you're not actually helping solve any underlying problems. If you're constantly hearing women venting about the things that men have done to them, and your only reaction is to constantly feel attacked by it, then you're missing the entire point. We really don't have to use the not all statement. Do your best to empathize, and you convey the exact same thing.